How to become so productive it feels illegal. Like you're working so much, but your friends ask you, are you working? Are you even employed? It happens when you work so much, but you spend so little time that they think you're fucking unemployed. That's the level we need to strive for when we're productive. That's exactly what happened with me and my friends. Like, I'm not telling out of the blue. Because, listen, productivity is not about working more. Productivity is not about those tactics and things you listen to and hear on YouTube. I've studied it for 2 years, and we're gonna talk about leverage, we're gonna talk about efficiency, we're gonna talk about focus. Lock in for this video. And why I told you this example. One day when I've done my blog, I would go out with my friends, and they literally tell me, why you're so free? Why you're going out every single day? Tell me your secret. Maybe you're just unemployed. You just get everything ready from your parents. But, you know, I tell them nothing. And then next day, I'm doing another deep blog. Because the thing is, it's about efficiency. When people talk about productivity, they talk about get as much as possible, work as much as possible in the office, spend as much hours. And they think the right metric is time. When you see other guys working for 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and you compare yourself with them, you think, oh shit, they're making more than me. Something's wrong here. This is so wrong. We need to reteach young men how to become productive. And so that's what I'm trying to do. So efficiency is about ROI, return on investment, per your unit of time. Okay? So you don't have to find more time. You don't have to sacrifice things. We're young men. We have to have a full fulfilled life. You don't have to go extreme in any side. You don't have to go extreme on cold approaching girls or, lock yourself in a basement and work 12 hours a day. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, you have social life, you have school or uni life, you have other hobbies, you have physique, you have like learning languages, whatever. So how much free time do you have? Free time that you're scrolling, free time that you're doing unimportant shit. That's hours that we need to turn productive when you're doing some online business stuff. Okay, either it's creating content for yourself, either it's learning to make websites, or just doing some online side hustle thing that will soon turn into some business or a profitable freelance job. I don't know, but we aim at the future. People that work 9 to 5 at the moment, they're fucked because they have no perspective. They have no vision in 3 years. They're just gonna have a raised salary and a stable career that gives them nothing. But we need to build skills. And so this is the only most effective tactic available. And so you don't need to find more time. 2 to 3 hours a day is fucking fine. It's absolutely enough for you. And you need to get done as much as possible in that period. And soon, shrink time. How much can you do in 2 hours, then in 1 hour? So are you able to squeeze 2-hour block into 1-hour block? It's like a competition with yourself. And when you're the most efficient in 1-hour block, you can expand that block to 1.5 hours. To give a point, you found your best possible performing version. That you can get basically everything done in 1 hour. And then you do the same for 1.5 hours. We've identified term being productive. Let's get to actual strategies. First, let's talk about leverage and deep task, because this is the most important one. You literally have 2 same tasks, but one of them will give you 1x and another will give you 10x in return. Okay? It's like, imagine you want to hit a girl and you have 2 strategies to go about it. And first, you try to win her by texting. You almost never meet. You do sexting and you try to pull out those jokes and whatever. The likelihood of you getting that girl is not so much. And you do it for 3 months and you literally have 0 chance to get on a date. But the second one, he goes to the point straight away. He just asks her, do you want to go on a date? He straight away shows his intentions. He does the right things to get her to the date. It's been a week. First guy didn't make it in 3 months. Second guy did it in 1 week. This is what's called leverage. Second guy knew how to do the right task to get a girl. If you get my point. That's the same with work. You can do one task for 10 hours a day for months and months, but it's gonna give you nothing in return. But the second task, you just do it for 1 hour a day and you see the difference and you see the growth, because that is the task that will actually matter. Business moves to constraints and your life also moves through constraints. Okay? There are 100 problems that you face right now, but there's only one that will actually move the needle, that is actually meaningful right now. You can forget about others. Like, probably you have a shit physique. You probably don't have no hobbies, you're not so interesting. But the main problem is you got no money, you're broke, or you don't know how to talk. Just think about it yourself and you find that constraint, that really important problem that can be solved with some task. And so that is leverage in business. Okay? For content creators, and actually I would recommend everyone to do content creation. And actually I help guys being productive in content creation sphere or in studying, because it's hard to study, to socialize, to have that full and complete life, but also doing some side hustle. And it's so much thoughts in there. I've gone through the same shit, bro. If you want to work with me personally, it's absolutely free. You get 7-day free productivity challenge if you click on the link below. In content creation, there's only one task that will actually matter. It's pressing record and talking. because I can edit videos, I can make thumbnails, I can make logos for the channel. But does that fucking matter if at the end of the day I just press record? And that's what makes it work. That's what makes it upload on the channel. And so find a task and just do that one, because we have limited time. And to get maximum output, we have to just eliminate that task with our full focus. Because let's talk about deep work. We have to learn to work deeply. And it's not only about the task, it's the whole approach. Imagine you're on a stranded island. And to survive, you have to get calories in, you have to get food. There's only two ways. On the shore, there are a lot of snails, slugs, and other insects, that get you 1 to 10 calories in. And you can only eat 4,000 calories a day because they're gross. And if you eat more, you're gonna vomit. And there's not much of them. And you eat them every single minute. Every single minute. Imagine. You cannot basically move from the shore. You're occupied with eating them. And if you're getting away, you don't have enough calories and you just die. You have to get back to the shore. But the second example, in the middle of the island, there are wild boars. Wild, huge animals like zebras, like antelopes. You don't know how to hunt them and you cannot reach them if you don't risk. You can risk for 3 to 4 days. You go out of the shore. It's basically your lifespan when you're away from slugs. And so you try to hunt it down. You get a spear, you get a knife, you follow it, you stalk it. And if you can't make it in 3 days, if you can't hunt the wild boar, you're gonna die. But if you hunt it, that's what the sweetest part begins. You get 40,000 calories from one body. And if you learn how to hunt it, if you get skill, you can get that boar every single week twice. So you get 80,000 calories per week. Let's imagine you have a family, you're set up in the middle of the island, and life is perfect. But what you usually choose? To stay on the shore, to get those slugs and snails. That's representation of 9 to 5. And the second guy learned how to work deeply. And now he operates some business, that made him free. First guy probably makes some money. He has some status in his circle, but he has no time to do anything he wants. He has no freedom. He's just tied to one place. That is shallow work. Second one is deep work. We need to get this mindset of doing one task and being completely focused. To do deep work, we have to have skills. We have to do the task continuously, repeatedly, to get some results from it. Because if I just record videos, no one guarantees I get views. No one guarantees I get money. I have to get good at the skill. And that is the difference. Deep task is hard, it's uncomfortable. But in the long term, when you consistently go and kill that task, by the time, you're going to become better and better. And soon, you spend as little time as possible. But you get as much money as possible, because that is the task that's giving you freedom. Overall, it's the ability to sit down and focus on one task. We are so distracted. When you do some task, you automatically start to open 5 tabs. Multitaskers get fucked in a modern game. Okay, that's why I urge you to not work for 5 hours a day, to just sit down and channel your energy into one task. Why is that important? Because you can make thumbnails at the same time, do script and edit videos. But what happens with your energy? Imagine it's like a shotgun or a sniper rifle. You can get it channeled into one task, but you can spread it out on 5 tasks. But the execution is bullshit. Right? I did the same mistake in the first year of making videos. I would just spread myself and working like a shotgun by putting no effort into making videos, into making thumbnails for them. And only recently, I started actually channeling down into recording and editing. I'm not doing nothing else. No products, no landing pages, no websites, because what's gonna move the needle is me getting the first viral video and improving with every single one. And so that's exactly why I have to work less. That directly correlates with deep work. Because if you think about it, if you take deep task, how much can we actually work for it? Can we work for 10 hours a day on deep task? Of course not. That's another lie we've been sold. Because people that work a lot, people that show off, they actually work for 2 hours. Then their brain shuts down and they start doing anything but productive shit. And they post it online, they post it everywhere. And they show to the world, we're doing shallow work. That's the thing. Authors, scientists, like imagine, highest possible tier of workers, they can only do stuff for 4 hours a day. They can write, assign papers, whatever, for 4 hours a day deeply with maximum focus. And then it naturally spreads out. It naturally becomes not so channeled, not so focused, and it starts to get foggy. They start to talk to the family, whatever. That happens to anyone. But we are not scientists. We're not them. So we can only work for 2 hours deeply. Actually, when you start out, your focus is at such a low level that 1 hour for you is enough. You have to do breaks. You cannot focus. You start to switch tabs or whatever. It's like a disease. And we have to train for it. We have to work less, but get more focused, get more intentional with it. I want to get more meaning. Because the whole premise about productivity is just about doing things that matter to you, that bring meaning. And do it with as much focus and intention. That sounds vague, but this is actually the key. I would do any random ass business model, but it brings me no meaning. I could work for 10 hours a day, just chasing money. But is that the way we want to live? Do we want to live a one-channel life? When you just chase one thing, you sacrifice every single area in your life, you get the outcome, but you don't even enjoy the fucking process. Because that's usually the trap of everyone. To become productive, that it feels illegal. We have to do something and not sacrifice other areas of our life, but still get results. Okay? Because that's dope shit, right? When you're so fulfilled, when you're getting every single area of your life like polished, almost everything is perfect. You're kind of good at talking to girls. You have some social life. You have some hobbies. You play guitar or you run. You actually learn some languages and you study abroad. Actually record some videos. You go to the gym and all of that is balanced. And with all of that, you start to get some views. You start to get some progression. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm trying to teach you, bro. It's not about sacrificing your life to follow some crap business model. It's just not expecting results, but actually following the process, enjoying the journey. At the end of the day, this is what you get with when you're on your deathbed, when you're 85 or 90 years old. You're not gonna think about, I wish I made more money. Yes, right now we don't have money, but just think about it. If you have enough to live, to feel comfortable, why would you need more? You need to optimize your life first. Life satisfaction, if it's the correct word. When every single minute of your day is purposeful and meaningful, although it sounds vague, but you get my point, then you start to live. Then you can put almost all of your effort into maximizing profit. But first, when you're free, when you're 18 or 19, when either you live in your parents' home or they pay for you, you have enough free space and time to build something that then is gonna work on itself. We don't work 9 to 5 right now. We can work 9 to 5. We can get some money, but we don't need that. In 5 years, if you work 9 to 5, you're still gonna work 9 to 5. It doesn't get no perspective to the future. But real perspective to the future is starting some online thing, slowly setting up that business that is actually passive. I wanna make such a quality content that soon I'm gonna make a product that soon people click on my product and I will get sale every single video. Like one sale every single video. That's bringing me continuous income and stability. That's what I'm striving for. We need to focus on a lifestyle, not the outcome. Let's talk about Separation of Tasks by Alfred Adler. This is a philosopher and psychologist. His main ideas is in the book The Courage to be Disliked. Awesome book, bro. I've immediately read another book, The Courage to be Happy, the sequel. So when you chase some results, when you chase some specific number, because we think it's productivity, right? It's getting to that goal. Actually, it's wrong. But imagine you have some specific number. I want to get to 85 kilos. I want to be jacked and I'm going to bulk. And then you want to get 1,000 subs. Then let's imagine you want to get all A's. With everything I've said, can you actually control the outcome? Can you fully be responsible for that outcome? Do you control getting A's all the time? Probably. But the last result is dependent on teachers, their mood, weather on that day, some fucking accident. Maybe they changed the school program. I don't know. Example with the gym. You want to get to 85 kilos. But do you control getting that specific number? Fuck no. You can get parties. You can get cheat days. Going out to mountains for 1 week and losing 7 kilos. I don't know. But you do not control the outcome. You're not in control of getting that specific number, specific result. And why you're chasing it. We do not control the goal. We control the process. We control the input. We need to maximize our input. We need to maximize quality. And then when we cannot move further, then we need to set goals. Like, this is not my competence to wish me 1,000 subs when I'm not that good at recording videos. When I'm bad, actually, I need to focus on making as good videos as possible. Just focus on quality. And then one day, when my recording skills, when my video making skills match the level of 1,000 subs, I'm gonna get them. That's just as simple and plain as that. But we cannot control the outcome. We need to only control the journey that we're getting. That's another premise of productivity. It's actually about maximizing yourself. And then when the person, your character, is at max level, when you have skills get to the fucking roof, then you get results according to your skills. It's not that fast, but you're setting it up right away from today. You will not try to work more. You will try to do the leverage deep task for just 1 hour a day, but you're gonna channel your energy like a sniper rifle. You're gonna work less, but you're gonna try to do it in as less time as possible, with as much input. You don't focus on result. You don't even care about it. Your main goal today is to make a better video. Your goal for tomorrow is just enjoy the gym, enjoy that session. Just push sets to the failure, doing it for fun. And slowly, you're gonna start to notice your life is kind of changing. You stop being so obsessed over results, so now you get free of it. You just live in the moment. And then results kind of come. You do not expect them, but they do, and it gets 5 times more pleasant. If you want a free 7-day productivity challenge to put this into practice, just click on the link below. It's absolutely free. You lose nothing, but I'm gonna help you 2x your productivity in 7 days. You're not gonna regret it. I'm gonna see you there. Bye.